Uh, uh. It's Monday in America. Mom Donnie gonna be the man.
We're going into the 10th. We're extra innings, game 7. The Dodgers had an unbelievable rally to tie it up. I would say this, if you want to keep your phones out watching the game, I totally support that. That's the game. The Dodgers won the World Series.
We were managing an interview at the same time as the Dodger game in our laps, narrating the game while doing an interview. And we're all here together.
How about those Dodgers, everybody? Come on.
There we are with Sir Charles Sheen in Palm Springs at the Morongo Casino. Game 7 occurs. It was the craziest event. The show starts at 8 o'clock. It's Charlie Sheen alive on stage, moderated by Billy Bush. I'm the driver of the bus to get us through. And it's a wild night, fun stories, questions from the audience. It's kind of beautiful. But Charlie's a massive baseball fan. We're all Dodger fans. It is Los Angeles. Everybody in the audience is a massive Dodgers fan. So it's very awkward because 8 o'clock rolls around when we're supposed to start the show, and this game is nowhere near finished. I mean, this thing it's on. It's like the 8th inning at 8 o'clock. Anyway, we make it to 8:40. We make it to 8:40 p.m., and that's when regulation expires, and Miguel Rojas, ties it up in the 9th. And it's chaos. So what are we going to do? I said, Charlie, we have to go out there. We merged the event. We turned it into a Dodgers Game 7, World Series Game 7 watch party on stage, kind of a little chit-chat and commercials, but then play-by-play throughout, and we had such a fun night. I think a few people in the chat might have been there. Love y'all. Thanks for coming out. We got to see some people, some morning micers. And some hugs were shared, but it was a hell of a night. Anyway, good morning. It's Morning Mics. It's Monday. Brought to you by our friends at Venbrook Insurance. We love them. What a weekend. Holy crap. Halloween. Dios de los Muertos. Game 7 of the World Series. And now, Day 34 of the government shutdown. Jesus, did anybody travel this weekend before we get back into Los Dodgers? Did anybody travel? I had a buddy named, one of my longest old-time buddies, came from New Jersey, and with his daughter. His daughter's a hockey fan. She's 22, and for her graduation from college, he gives her the gift of coming to see the Los Angeles Kings play against their New Jersey Devils here in Los Angeles. So cute. And by the way, how happy are you when your daughter is like the biggest hockey fan? Like, yeah, I'll take you to games. Anyway, he flew home without incident, which is crazy because between Friday morning and Sunday night, there were 98 staffing trigger reports at the FAA, meaning that air traffic controllers had to reroute planes and delay flights in order to handle the workload. They had to shelve a whole bunch of flights, but my buddy didn't get affected at all. Right now I'm like, I'm not traveling. Tanya says, I love the hat. I am going to tell you how much I paid for this hat. $165 because there's a special line of Grateful Dead. There's a sick man in the corner here. Well, Steve's got a little bit of a chest cold, but we see it's better than it was last week, Steve. You're doing okay. Anyway, it's a James Pearce Yosemite, hat, and I don't know. It's thick. It just fits beautifully. I'm a huge Deadhead, so I love it. I wouldn't want it to be in the air, but yeah, Deanne, I got to tell you, I mean, right now, going in, and here's the worst part, day 34 of the shutdown, absolutely no signs of there being resolution. Nobody's giving on either front. That's what sucks. So anyway, I mean, I feel very, very, very worried about what's going to happen here, and especially in the sky. It seems to me this is the way it goes. Our politicians are so inept and so deeply entrenched in their hatred for each other. We're going to have a midair collision. We're going to have something terrible happen. We had a midair collision back in at Reagan National Airport above the Potomac River. Remember that with the helicopter? We're going to have a midair collision, and something terrible is going to happen, and then they're going to resolve it. But they can't do it until that happens. It's inexcusable. I would vote everybody out. Get them all out. Get them all out. Every one of you, get out of here. You people have been here for 46 years as a senator. You're going to pretend at this point it's about your constituents. It's about you. Get out. There's my speech on term limits. What a game 7. Oh my God. I had to write down a few things. It was, and they weren't leading at any point in the game until Will Smith in the 11th. Wow. Okay. Miguel Rojas. He's 37 years old. He's a journeyman. He hasn't had a hit in a month. And Dave Roberts, the manager of the Dodgers, decides to put in Miguel Rojas. I mean, it's just a ballsy managerial call, and it pays off. He hits a home run in the top of the 9th. His first hit in a month, and it's a home run, game 7, top of the 9th. And then Miguel Rojas throws out in the bottom of the 9th. He makes a huge throw from second base to home plate for the out. Okay, so a star in the top and the bottom of the 9th. Let's talk about Pages, the outfielder. Oh my God. He plows over Kike Hernandez, destroys him, lays him out flat in order to catch that ball. 2 guys going for it at the same time, makes the catch. Will Smith with a giant bomb of a home run, the top of the 11th inning. That's the Dodgers' first lead all night long. And then in the bottom of the 11th, the double play, and the Dodgers win. Mr. November, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Look at this guy. What an unbelievable pitcher. This guy comes back. He wins game 6. He wins game 2 and he wins game 6 outright. And then the very next night he comes out and he strikes out 8 batters. Just massive. Steve, did you get that video I sent you about Yamamoto working out? This is Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the best pitcher in baseball, in my opinion, and obviously, and the MVP of the World Series. I found this online this is how he works out. He doesn't hit the weights like some people. He doesn't go to the weight room and do bench presses and all this stuff. Check this crazy ninja shit out right here.
Yamamoto is able to throw in the upper 90s without lifting a single weight. And here's how. I'm currently reading through his book, which explains his training, the reasons why he doesn't lift, and why he throws his javelins. And I'm about halfway through, and one of the big things that stood out to me was that he has a warm-up routine that he does every single day. And this routine includes back bridges, handstands, forward and backward rolls, side steps, and lateral running. Now, the whole point of this routine was to develop full body awareness so that he's able to move his body and be athletic in the pitching delivery. Now, this routine originated from judo, and this is something that I actually tried for myself. And to my surprise, I sucked at most of these exercises. And so if you're already at a high level, you have a pretty good strength base, you've been lifting for a while, it might be worth to try some of these full body exercises to start developing full body.
I mean, Jesus, I don't think anybody stands you see that and you're like, of course, nobody stands a chance. That's just amazing. I love that guy. How about this? Karen says, my ex was flexible. My ex was flexible AF. He could do splits at 6'4", 240 pounds. Wow. That's a big and cat-like fella right there. The Bills game last night. Oh, I missed it. I forgot. I haven't seen it. Who won? Bills or Chiefs? Bills? Oh boy. You know what? My conversations with quarterbacks on Hot Mics is it's a new series we got rocking here. And we've got Matthew Stafford today, who we love. Great buddy, great guy. He's on Hot Mics this afternoon. Very excited about that. But we've got Josh Allen getting close. And I think the win is going to be very helpful to get Josh next up. We had Jared Goff, we had Matt Stafford, and now we're looking at Josh. Yeah, pretty amazing. We have got, oh yeah, tell me you're getting Josh Allen. I'm definitely going to get Josh. I played golf with him. I gave him one of my wristbands. I have these wristbands that say Clutch on them. A little nickname from golf. And I gave him, after a tournament, I gave him one. I said, you got to wear this. I don't believe he's worn it yet, but it is Bills blue. So even if he wore it inverted. Geez. Football. What do you think, guys? What do you think of the field goals? I think it's ruining football. Cam Little from the Jaguars sets the all-time record, the longest field goal ever kicked in the regular season, 68 yards, outdoing Justin Tucker from the Ravens, who did in 2021. He hit a 67, but a 68-yard field goal. The Jags win in overtime. This was before halftime. The Jags win in overtime. But let me ask you a question. You know, on the kickoffs, right? It's ruining the game. You got 35-yard line touchbacks, right? So you start at 35 on a touchback. All you need is one first down, and then you kick a 70-yarder, and you're putting points on the board every time. You know what I mean? Like, this sucks. Josh Allen is very, very handsome. But these guys are kicking it too far. I don't know what to do, Steve. Make the football field longer, 120-yard games?
Well, here's the deal. You're saying that maybe they should go away. But last night I was thinking, Billy, I think you'd be a good field goal kicker. You got the body. You got the
I was a
body.
field goal kicker.
Oh, wait, what?
I was. My freshman year at Colby College, I went out and I played. I went out for the football team, and I was a kicker. And I quit because they sucked. The team was terrible, but I could kick a regular 35er. I don't know about anything over 40, but that's Colby College. It was Division III football. Really bad football, like really bad. The parents didn't even go to the games.
Well, Colby, you had field hockey, right? Was a big deal.
Field hockey?
No.
That's a woman's sport.
No, yeah, not field.
I mean, in Australia and like New Zealand, men play
rugby though. You had a couple sports. What did you do?
I played lacrosse.
Oh, lacrosse. That's where I was going. Sorry, my bad. Lacrosse.
Yeah.
So
this was But I decided that what am I going to do? I'm going to travel around with the worst football team in the world, and instead of like being a freshman and going to parties on Saturday night on campus and raging and having the best time ever. Oh my God, Sue is reporting in. Look at this. Colby College volleyball is crushing it. File that under, oh, you know what? I think I read that yesterday in Who Gives a Shit magazine. That was rude. Fuck the Giants. Went to the Giants box. The food and drinks was great. Jackie, you went to the Giants game? Sat in a box? Nice. I'll tell you what. Have you seen this? This was a gift right here that I got for my 41st birthday. And that's why you see 41, because I'm a big Giants fan. My friend Woody Thompson gave me that, and he named it the Ambiguously Gay Giant. Well, it's me, but it's me with the old school me with the beautiful highlights and the hair highlights and stuff.
But that's your look if you were the kicker for the Giants. I can see you running on the field.
Here he goes, the Ambiguously Gay Giant.
I can see you running out there.
Through the tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of new painting of you behind you. Oh, yeah, see, Deanne, that's it. that really a painting? It's sort of, I mean, it is a painting. I don't know. He found a great little like street artist to make the ambiguously gay giant. So there it is. Bushy's nickname at Colby was Calfosaurus. I did have tremendous calves. Like I said, the football coach took one look at my calves and he was like, we could use you. We could use a guy like you. I said, okay, buddy. Let's get it going on. I started banging regular 35s. I want to go to College Game Day on ESPN and like put a mustache on and, you know, and they'd be like, hey, let's get this old guy out here. You win $1 million or like $500,000. They do it every Saturday morning. Oh my God. Colby, Kansas. Yeah. Yeah. UMass Amherst. Yeah. Oh, look, Sherry. That's another shit team right there, right? Pretty bad. You got kicked off of campus at Amherst?
Yeah, it's just party. It's party. It's a big party.
Party, a little bit of blow.
Little this, little that.
I mean, just little this, little that. You know what I finished? Speaking of blow, because that'll kill you. I watched Black Rabbit, and I watched the last 3 episodes last night. It just kind of fell off the cliff at the end, and I love Bateman. I love Jason. I don't know. I didn't like the ending. It's not a great series. Ozark, it is not.
So I haven't watched it, but you would tell me not to watch it?
Yeah, I'd
Just
say
move on.
Yeah, it's kind of all over the place. It's got all the makings, it's got all the ingredients to be great, and it just isn't. Black Rabbit. I don't know. I need something good right now. Joyce Mayhaw. I lost the day of my life watching Black Rabbit. I know. You're like me, Joy. You just like, you're so stubborn, right? You're like, I'm in this thing, man. I'm going to see it to the end. I don't care. You're not knocking me out. And then you stay with it. And then you're just like, and the weird ending. And, you know, I don't want to give it away, but if you're going to, maybe you're in it. And if you're in it, it's not terrible. I mean, like, you're not depressed. You're not depressed. But if I start something, 90% of the time I finish it. I even have FOMO when something sucks.
I don't do that. My wife does. If I don't like,
you can walk away.
Oh God!
Will you walk out of a shitty movie?
That I won't do, but I might fall asleep.
You know what movie I walked out of? This is going to surprise you. And I went with my co-host from television and our head of wardrobe. I went with Kit and Nicole Alowitz, whom we worked with. We were assigned for the show. We were assigned to go see 50 Shades of Grey. You remember me walking out of 50 Shades? I was like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "This is shit. It's creepy. It's stalkery, and I'm getting uncomfortable. I don't like the way he treats her." And it makes me sick. So I walked out of the thing. Of course, the ladies did not. So I saw them the next day. They all stayed for it. All the hot action. Yeah. It's just horrible. Throw Mama from the Train. Worst movie ever. Owen. I don't know. I find that to be a great one. Jackie says, I walked out on the first page of the book. It was so boring. Ooh, wow. Yeah. Oh, here's a good one. The Righteous Gemstones. I had Walton on a flight. Walton Goggins. Oh, yeah. We chatted for about 20 minutes. No way. I'm sort of jealous of you. I've rubbed elbows with more celebrities than most people. And one guy, I only got to chat with him at the Emmys once. Last Emmys, or was it the Golden Globes when he had the big plunging, shirt wide open and the white? I dig that guy a lot. Yeah. Missy says 50 Shades of Grey, hot white trash movie. I refuse to go see it. You go. Yeah, Karen, I'm going to have on Walton Goggins. I got to get to him. I got to figure out how to reach him. You know what I mean? Cocaine Bear, craziest movie I've ever seen. Actually, a great movie. Cocaine Bear was, I liked it. Elizabeth Banks. I thought she did a great job. Elizabeth moved in Utah. She moved about, let's say, 2 miles away from my house. And I knew them, all these guys that I had a lot of local friends there because I owned a house for 15 years in Park City. And they were all like, hey, dude, Elizabeth Banks just moved in the neighborhood. I said, oh, wow. So I went over to her house. You can do that in places. And I knocked on the door and she answered it. I said, Elizabeth, hi, how you doing? Billy Bush, welcome to town. And we're having a Christmas party in 3 days and would love to have you. And so she and her husband, Max, came. They came to the party. It was fantastic. My brother, who's running for governor of Maine, embarrassed the hell out of me. He's like, oh, my kids love Hunger Games. He's like, do you mind if I got to, he's like taking selfies with her. I'm like, oh, Jesus, governor, please. People knew that. They wouldn't vote for you. I'm going to say that. Charlie Sheen winning. Boy, Charlie, I'm going to say this about Charlie Sheen, having spent the last 2 weekends with him, Saturday night on different stages in different casinos. He's just a really sweet, nice guy. There's not 1 ounce of diva to him. He's very introspective. He thinks out loud, thoughtful. I love my conversations with Charlie, and I think he's got a couple of projects in front of him, and a comedy and a drama. And he needs to get back to doing that, right? This tour has been great, talking about the past, but the past is I'm ready for him to go right into the future. And this comedy project, I can't tell you the name of it or the concept because that's a privilege, but it's good. It's good. And I think he needs to get back to making people laugh. Oh, Mary says, Jason Bateman is usually awesome to me. I just couldn't get into the Black Rabbit. Yeah. Well, now it explains. I mean, we played golf at the same club. And now it explains he had all this incredibly long hair. This was, 9 months ago, whatever. And I was like, what's going on with the long salad and the beard, buddy? You're too handsome. And he's like, I know, it's for a role. By the way, same reason I saw Luke Wilson not long ago. He's got blonde hair. Are you prepared for Luke Wilson as a blonde? Well, whatever project he's coming out in next, I can tell you this, he's a blonde. Steve just took off. He's coughing like crazy. I'm not worried about Steve. Steve, we're all worried about you. You okay? No, it's all right. Lynn, let's talk about addicts for a second. Every addict I've ever known has been covering for the sweet guy underneath. So it is not surprising at all that Charlie Sheen is a lovable guy. He is. He is. Really is. Jason Bateman is a fine actor, almost always great. I think so too. I mean, even he can't control the writing. And I don't want to, shit on the writers, but it got a little convoluted in the end. But Bateman certainly delivers, hits his mark and delivers his moments. So he was pretty good. I will say that. And he's an easy watch, right? Watching Jason Bateman in anything is effortless. It's easy. He's comfortable. He makes it easy. Charlie Sheen has impeccable manners. That is true. Oh my God, he's so polite. He's got the little vape thing, he's got because he quit the smoking, but he can't quit the nicotine. And so he vapes. And when we're on the JSX plane, the lady was like, Mr. Sheen, you have to. He's like, but I do it so subtly. She's like, yeah, well, not subtly that I didn't see you. And she said, as for the person in front of me, there was this old man in front of us like this. And Charlie was on the aisle and I was on the aisle, 2 aisles across from each other. But the guy in front was doing this move to pretend to look at his phone and taking pictures of Charlie. Yeah, Charlie was like, hey, dude, it's, all good. If you want to take a picture together, we can do that. And the guy was like, oh, sorry. But he's so polite about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's nice. Oh, Jason Bateman told me that funny story about, look at this. I love him in that commercial. He told me when his career was just not going well at all, he lost out to the "Can you hear me now" guy on the Verizon. Yeah, he was like, "This is when he told me like my career is like I got to change things." And then he got sober. He got sober and stopped partying all that money, and then Arrested Development, and then the rest is history. So pretty darn good. Way to go, pal. Speaking of celebrities, let's talk about Jennifer Lawrence for a second. She's got a movie called Die, My Love. She did an interview in the New York Times interview podcast. And she just did this interview where she talked about politics. You know, she's pretty avowed Democrat. And they asked her, look, well, how do you feel about talking about politics? You know, some celebrities get dinged for it, right? And there's debate as to whether it's effective at all if celebrities, movie actors, and TV people, you know, endorse someone. And she said, you know, I don't really know if I should talk politics. This is on Saturday's episode. We've learned election after election that celebrities do not make a difference whatsoever on who people vote for, she said. So then what am I doing? I'm just sharing my opinion on something that's going to just add fuel to a fire that's ripping the country apart. I mean, we are so divided. And she said, quite honestly, by the way, so first of all, I love her honesty. You know, I don't care what her politics are. I love the fact that she's like, I don't know. Should I talk politics? I don't know. I often feel that too. Like, oh, people get so touchy. It's crazy. They can't handle it. So I'm like, okay. You know, I do think that I talk about it responsibly, kind of fairly. But she says, I don't want people to avoid my work because they disagree with me politically. How honest. I like that. I like her honesty. She grew up a Republican. She grew up in a Republican family. She voted for John McCain in 2008. And then she got high on Obama, super high on Obama. And she said, ever since then, his second term, she became an avowed Democrat. She said, and now, 4 years ago, she said, I'm proud to say that I am a Democrat. I don't think you should be proud to say that today. Proud of any party. I'm not proud of anyone in any party. They're so entrenched, like I said in the beginning. This government shutdown is inexcusable. In 2 days, in 48 hours, it'll be the longest in history. And that is not okay. Now, since we're here, I got to say it, CNN's got a new poll. Trump's approval rating is at 37%. It's the worst of his second term. But you know what's great about Trump is he says, oh, I've never had better numbers, so we'll see. I mean, I could run again. I could run for third. People would probably want me to run for a third term, even though, you know, the Constitution says I can't. But really, my ratings have been huge. No, they're the lowest. The lowest ever is 36% from the first term, but this is the lowest. And it's really just about the economy. I mean, 72% of people say the economy's in poor shape and cost of living is way too damn high. And that means in my hometown of New York, Mamdani gonna win. Zohran Mamdani, a 33-year-old, never had a job, Democrat socialist, is going to be the mayor of the biggest city in the world, the financial capital of the world. That, I'm going to tell you, is crazy. Trump supported tepidly Andrew Cuomo. He came out, he's like, the story of Trump and Cuomo, they hate each other. They hate each other. And Cuomo says, and Trump says, but I'll take a terrible Democrat over a communist, which is, I think he meant socialist, but whatever, same sort of family, Karl Marx. So he's saying, you know, vote for Andrew Cuomo. I agree. I can't believe it. Mamdani says he's going to hit the rich people. He's going to make the rich people pay for all of this. I'm going to hit him with the billionaires tax and everything. We're going to nail these rich people. You know you're not. No, you're not. You know what the rich people are going to do? Leave. They're going to go to their home in Florida, which they have, and live their beautiful lives down there and work remotely on their massive screens, moving units and making tons and tons of money. You're not going to do anything of the sort, Mamdani. And the crazies are going to hold him accountable, so he is going to try and do all of this stuff. It's insanity. So Andrew Cuomo, I don't know. He's on life support. 750,000 young people have already voted. Early voting, and they all voted for Mamdani. It's absolutely insane that this is happening. And all the others, because they're sheep, but all the leaders of the Democrat Party are now, saying they support the guy. A little late, right? Jumping on those coattails. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, we're going to defund the police and everything. Yeah. The people that look after, that prevent terrorist attacks and all that stuff. Sure. Yeah. We're going to defund the police. Isn't that unbelievable? The New York City mayor, Lynn, let's talk here. Lynn says the New York City mayor's race is crazy. However, argument that the kids use is that all we have in government is experience with 90-year-olds hanging on, et cetera. I still believe experience is important, but I get it. Yeah. There's a lot of people in their 90s in Washington. That's for sure. Wow. Can you believe that? That's what's happening in my hometown. Breaks my heart. We sure need prayers for our country. All of us should agree with that. Uh-huh. What do they call it? Prayers up. Prayers up. Who says that? Is it Mark Wahlberg that says that? Steve, I got to tell you something. This fantastic little monitor we have here of mine is frozen, so I can't really. No, it's frozen on the screen. I can't. You know what? Maybe it's the mouse. I had a second mouse. Hand me that mouse right there to your right. Oh, there it is. I'm back. Oh no, I'm not. Can't scroll. Can't scroll, Steve. No, it doesn't help. I have my own notes. You can't. Oh. You can't scroll for me. So just come on over and fix this for you. I need. Yeah. There you go. Okay, that worked. Look at Steve. Steve fixed it right there, everybody. We love Steve. Steve's great at that. The other guy, since January 12th, the fires here in Los Angeles. On January 12th, I sent my first text to the communications guy for Gavin Newsom. Sure, we'll get him on, no problem. Gavin went, we'll do it in March. Then it became August. Then it became October. It's been 10 months, and I have not been able to get Gavin Newsom on, and he does every podcast in the world. I just sent the guy another text this morning. I'm like, give me Gavin Newsom. What the hell? Stop screwing me. And so I have a very good friend who gives Gavin big donations. He's a super Democrat, you see, because I can have friends from all parties, can't you? And I said, I said in my text, I said, you know what? I spoke to my friend. He's not giving Gavin another donation until he comes on my podcast. He's very upset. It's a very Trump-like tactic, but I don't care. I mean, I just admitted it's not true, but.
Well, let's just, since we're talking politics, let's just go. What do you think of 50? Prop 50?
Prop 50.
Next week is happening here, right?
It's gonna, it'll pass in California, right? It's a countermeasure to what they did in Texas. But Prop 50, we got Obama, and there's a commercial running in California now that has Obama. Okay, that's effective. But then it has like Elizabeth Warren and AOC, who are the most detestable characters. So they must really feel confident that those voices are what you need for Prop 50, which is basically about, adding more Democrat seats in congressional districts, moving things around so there are even more Democrat Congress people in this state that there already are. And there are millions. No on 50, says CW. I'm a no on 52. Not 52, 50 as well. Gavin Newsom, I got to tell you this, recently appeared on this All the Smoke podcast. It's got two former members of the gambling ring known as the NBA. It's like, you know, I mean, Chauncey Billups, those guys. Well, he's on the podcast. And in between some, I'm reading, this is my friend Mike Solana here from Pirate Wires wrote this. He goes, in between some cringeworthy code switching to appeal to his black hosts, the governor made a surprising admission. Growing up, he said he and his family had to hustle to make ends meet. Hustle. Every day I'm hustling. It was about paying, quote from Gavin, it was about paying the bills, man. He's talking to these two black guys on their podcast. It's about paying the bills, man. He goes, it was just hustling. You know, I was sitting there with the Wonder Bread. He's saying this to these guys. It's just, don't you cringe when you get like a friend who like, he's talking to some black guys and all of a sudden he'd be throwing down and you're like, whoa, dude, stop that. He says, here's the problem with Gavin Newsom. His father worked as an attorney for the Getty Oil Company. Okay. So I don't want to be knocking Governor Gangsta's hustle here, but dude once had to slum it out in Pacific Heights, the nicest area in all of San Francisco, in a house that only had a half a pool inside. It was inside, outside. Dude was so poor, he couldn't afford the whole pool on the inside. So we just had to have the half sticking. No elevator either. Had to take the stairs in his own house. Couldn't handle it. Too poor. In fact, during the pandemic, homie had to rough it out at the French Laundry because he was too broke to even afford a mask. Oh, well, he's probably not going to come on now, but whatever. It's just funny. It's just funny. Stop. It's like when Madonna moved to London, you know. Hello, good to see you. I thought so too. Oh, you're not English, honey. No, you're not. You know who doesn't get talked about enough? Taylor Swift. I feel like Taylor is not getting the attention she deserves. She is sending her fans to museums now. I mean, if you didn't want, I like that my daughters like Taylor Swift. I think she's pretty darn good of all the people you could look up to as a celebrity. So little Swifties are flocking to this museum called Wiesbaden in Germany to see a Friedrich Heise painting that appears, there she is, to have inspired the opening scene of The Fate of Ophelia, her music video for Fate of Ophelia. Now look at this little beautiful piece here. It's a moody oil on canvas artwork. It was painted in around 1900. Woman in a white dress floating in a pool of water surrounded by flowers and leaves. Friedrich Heise's piece called Ophelia, right there, depicts a scene from Shakespeare's Hamlet in which Ophelia, the young noblewoman from Denmark, descends into madness and drowns to death. And the lines are out the door at the museum of little Swifties who want to come and see the art. How about that Taylor Swift? Huh? Way to go, T Swift. Nicely done. And now the other Taylor, Sheridan. I think maybe the most prolific television producer in the history of TV. And I'm including Dick Wolf and others like that. Shonda Rhimes. Taylor Sheridan is a beast. And in 2028, when his deal at Paramount is up, he's leaving. He's going to NBC Universal. This is wild because David Ellison, Larry Ellison's son, is now the most powerful man in Hollywood. Bang, like that, when he bought CBS, Paramount, Viacom, for his Skydance company. And now he's looking at buying Warner Brothers Discovery and seriously consolidate, making the biggest entertainment studio in town by far. And he did a deal for a $1.5 billion for Trey Stone and Matt Parker, right? To extend South Park. He did a $7.7 billion deal for the UFC with Dana White. And amazingly, the guy you'd think would be more valuable than all of them, Taylor Sheridan, he's letting him go. Or maybe he lost the bidding war, but I don't think he can lose a bidding war to anybody. But this happens after 2028. Maybe he thinks, you know what, I'll take my chances because all the shows you've made for us, we can still, air in reruns and on our net. We have a pretty damn good library. But he feels like his best work maybe is behind him. I don't know. But Taylor Sheridan is like Yellowstone. Well, first of all, Sheridan, films a lot here in Texas. Yeah, I wonder if he will still do that at NBC. He'll do whatever the hell he wants, Carol. Where Taylor Sheridan wants to film, he will film. That's obviously part of it. The woman who did the deal for NBC is Donna Langley. And but here's the thing. Lioness with Zoe Saldana and Nicole Kidman, like some episodes can cost like $15 to $20 million an episode. That's a movie budget. We're talking about an episode because he's got huge star power, right? He does Billy Bob Thornton, Nicole Kidman, Sly Stallone. I mean, Jeremy Renner, he uses big time talent. And of course they film everything in Texas. So, but $15 to $20 million still. Yellowstone with the spinoffs 1883 and 1923. Landman. By the way, coming out, Dutton Ranch is the spinoff for Yellowstone. Another one that's coming. Landman season 2 is upon us. Lioness, Mayor of Kingstown, Tulsa King, Lawman Bass Reeves. And then his movies, Sicario movies, Wind River, Hell or High Water, he wrote. Pretty amazing. So his deal at NBC Universal is both. Obviously, it's film and television. But God almighty, that's pretty darn insane. What does my sleeve say? Oh, you know what? I'd be happy to tell you. Someone's asking what it says on my sleeve here, Karen. It says "Live like Braun." I don't know if you may not be familiar with this, but got a wonderful friend in town here, Dr. Dan Levy and his wife Jen, and spelled Levy, pronounced Levy, but their son was a senior, and it was senior spring, and he was in Manhattan Beach out with his friends, and a drunk woman. By the way, this is the reason why we don't have the DA George Gascon anymore in Los Angeles. But this woman had 2 DUIs before and was still out on the town, drunk as hell, behind the wheel of her car, roaring through the middle of Manhattan Beach, which is a really nice area, and hit and killed this boy, who was a varsity tennis player for 4 years at Loyola School. And his name was Braun Levy. Great kid, really handsome, beautiful, fun-loving, inclusive. He's the first guy to, if a kid is like maybe not that popular, to invite that kid to the big party with the cool seniors, which he was. And he was on his way to play tennis at UVA. Like, what a life. And he was so good looking and charming and lovely. Anyway, these 2 people I know and love lost their boy that way. So they set up a foundation called Live Like Braun Foundation. It's just about, passing that incredible spirit on in everything they do, inspiring other organizations, bringing life and joy into, people say life is short. We have these moments. It is. Imagine a life being that short. So anyway, that's why I wear the sweatshirt, and I just love his parents so much. And anyway, look it up. Live Like Braun Foundation. Check it out on Instagram. Follow them. You'll feel good about it. They're beautiful people. I take an Uber. I do not understand why people drink and drive, because they're drunk, because they're idiots and they're addicted and they don't want to take an Uber. They'd rather not pay for an Uber, right? This woman was a real, oh God, you see when she got arrested. I mean, she's wearing a midriff shirt with her big belly hanging out, like blah, blah. She's a vomitous character. driving around, taking me and again, I mean, this was like her third DUI. And George Gascon never prosecuted this woman. Nathan Hochman is the new DA, and I can tell you he's working on legislation with the Levy family, and this won't happen anymore. Yep. So anyway, Jackie says, I drink at home. How much, Jackie? And is it, do you have a night where you say no? Last night, I poured myself a tiny little baby glass of wine just to have, because I got this thing. I got a new thing I'm so excited about. A rice cooker. Jesus, is this easy? Oh, my mom gave me a rice cooker. I'm 54 years old, and you just put the rice in, you put the water in, you hit cook, you walk away. It knows when it's done, and it moves it to warm. And the rice is warming. It's fabulous.
All right, a rice cooker is unbelievable, but you're also burying the lead. Last week, while we were running around here with the internet problems, you introduced me to a $10 piece of cooking equipment, the poached egg
The
machine.
Dash.
We should get behind this and sell these.
I know
things.
we should call. Let's reach out to the Dash company. I want to be a spokesman for Dash. It's $19 on Amazon, and it makes poached eggs in 4 minutes. And when it's done, ding, 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 it just rings the bell. Poached eggs. What are you going to do? Stand there with boiling water and vinegar and all that? Like, no, this thing is a set it and forget it of poached eggs. And who doesn't love poached eggs?
Oh God, a good poached egg.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. By the way, Billy, you said 54.
Ooh, I get that.
You said 54, and I didn't call you out last week, but was it on Thursday's show, or you kept calling yourself 53 like 5 times? I was like, does he not know he's turned 54?
No, I knew what I was doing. I just hadn't come to terms yet with the fact that I turned 54. I'd rather be 53. I didn't want to say 54, but it's the fact. It's true. Oh my God, I got a crock pot too, but I haven't had the courage to take it out of the box. I don't know if I can know how to use it. And I got to figure out your wasp is showing.
No.
Stop it.
I got the best.
I'm not a wasp. Yes, I am. You know what I'm just not 54. I'm 53.
I got the best crock pot recipes. I'll hook you up with some great soups, chilies, the whole thing.
What does this mean, Redondo? Kris Jenner would never allow the word to be associated with your kitchen device. Dash. Oh, Dash. Oh my God, you're right. You're right. Oh my God, she would sue me. No, she wouldn't. She's too rich. God, her Instagrams, I swear to God, her Halloween costume, she looked like she was 30 years old. It's scary. Poached eggs are the only way. I agree. Poached egg is so fabulous. The best way. What do we have today? Oh, yeah. So we have a very busy day here at Hot Mics. We are going to do Matt Stafford is my guest. Conversation with Corey. He's an amazing guy. He's got 4 daughters. Oh my God. They're so cute. He's got the 8-year-old twins, a 7-year-old, and a 5-year-old. He and Kelly, his wife, 4 daughters, 8 and younger. Isn't that beautiful? And he's the best dad, and they have a great little family, and he's a lot of fun, and he's playing the best football I think he's ever played. He is on fire with the Rams. So Matt Stafford today on Hot Mics. Plus, we'll get into some topics at the top there. I got to discuss this Blake Lively situation. It's been a while since I've gotten into her, but the people are crowing that the judge threw out Baldoni's defamation suit officially this time, and as if Justin Baldoni had suffered some kind of discernible loss. Not true. None of it's true. Nothing has changed at all. It's all bullshit. We'll get into that. Steve, Meghan Markle there's a video of Meghan Markle and Harry celebrating on their security camera. It's a security camera video of them celebrating the Dodgers win. There are so many photos of her running around in Toronto Blue Jays hats. I don't know. I might leave that one alone. I just can't tell. The other thing I think I might have to touch in on today is Britney Spears. It's just, she, disengaged her Instagram account yesterday, and she's just not well. She's just really, really not well. and it really scares me. I'm freaked out about it. The grift that keeps on grifting. It's so true. Oh my God. Anyway, that's that. That's it for us. All. Matt Stafford. Conversations with quarterbacks. Josh Allen coming up. All these big studs. So fun talking to him. For Steve Harding, I am the Bushman. And that's a Monday.